Now it's time for something else that's great. Multi-platforming and Wombat's Overwatch Onslaught. And news and stuff. There is some Overwatch big reveal happening, I think, next week that we don't really know what's happening. They did some little teaser, and people think it's going to be a new game mode and not a new character, but I don't know. The hype is real. Speaking of hype, EA announced that they're going to be patching Mass Effect.
They are.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Is that the day?
Or today for people listening.
Yeah, I mean, they basically said that they're going to fix a lot of the big complaints that people had, including the animation issues and the lip sync issues. Even your complaint, Wombat, about the inventory not being sufficient, that's on there.
I know. I'm very pleased by that. I had a whole conversation with my wife about the inventory on Mass Effect, and she listened to me.
Did she
really?
really?
I'm sure
she was enthralled.
I was like, I don't know why you're listening to me talk about this. And then when I sent it out and she saw it, she goes, "Your dream came true." That was the text I got.
Nice.
So there you go. She listened to me.
It's a very long list of changes. So
I think I'm going to keep mine sealed for a while.
I don't see the patch where they say they're going to make Ryder interesting. I don't see where that patch is.
I don't know. You got to feel pretty bad. Like do you feel bad, Wombat, that you played? How many hours are you into this before the patch?
Before the patch, probably in the 30s.
I mean, how does that make you feel as somebody who bought the game?
I would have
liked.
I mean, really, the only thing that really bothers me is I probably have some weapons that I got rid of that I probably would have liked to have held on to just to have in my inventory cache because they were cool looking.
Right.
But that's. I mean.
Did you read Ben Kuchera's article today about basically saying that you just bought an early access game if you bought Mass Effect already?
And I did. And yes. Do I feel like the Mass Effect EA/BioWare may want to consider something for those people that bought the game on day one? I think it would be a nice gesture.
Oh yeah, they haven't announced anything like that?
No.
Nothing?
So I feel like
in-game t-shirt or anything?
You'd think something. I feel like they kind of, not to say that they owe me one, but they owe me one.
They could throw you a loot pack or something for multiplayer.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like maybe a couple of premium loot packs, whatever the biggest one is.
I'm just wondering, do you think it was worth it for EA to do this? Like to knowingly put out this game because they obviously needed to hit a deadline with this to get whatever earnings they needed for a quarter.
For the quarter, yeah. It was definitely a fiscal, because it was a fiscal end. And March is a fiscal end.
You've got a ton of bad will now to the Mass Effect franchise.
Totally.
I guess the question isn't how much is when they make the next one, how much time will have passed? And do people forget?
I don't think people don't forget.
Or if they show the next, basically what they would need, say they, so this game is a bust. Let's call it. Let's say Mass Effect Andromeda is dead. We do not need a Mass Effect Andromeda 2.
Oh, I'm sure commercially it is a bust.
We don't need to see the Ryder family ever again or any of these characters. Let's call a spade a spade. We'll just say
okay.
It, right? They could not do this again. So let's say it's E3 2018 or 2019. It's the Xbox or Sony press conference. It's going to be one of the big two. The lights go down and you hear the voice. And what's it, Mark Meir? Is that the guy's name?
Oh.
And it turns around, and it's Shepard. It's Commander Shepard.
He's
and
back.
He says something, like, hey, it's great to be back on the,
No. He's going to say, I'm back, bitches.
See, exactly. Something. And they retcon whatever happened to Mass Effect 3. The same way they did between Mass Effect 2 and Mass
Morden
Effect
come
3.
back too?
Everybody's back. They bring back all your favorite characters with their voices. And
proper animation.
Yeah, and they're like, and they call it Mass Effect 4 because that's what they would have to do. And don't tell me
Mass
Shipwreck.
Effect Zero.
No, Mass Effect. Yeah, you got to go prequel, I think.
No, that's the whole thing. You'd have to set it in a way to let the people that have invested their hearts into this franchise to know that it's going to continue.
We got you.
And it's going to continue with Commander Shepard and your Spectres and all the, and all of that nonsense and the Citadel and
go back and remake that Mass Effect 3 ending again.
Yeah, exactly. Like
what? I mean, that was such a hard stop to the series.
That's what I mean. That was the mistake they made. Not that the ending was bad per se, but that they hard stopped.
That ending was bad.
Yeah, that they hard stopped the ending. That they made an ending that that it seems you can't get back. Yeah, there's got to be a way. I mean, how cool would it be even if they had Martin Sheen come back? Turns out that it was a dream the whole time.
Perfect.
Yeah, whatever dumb excuse they have to come up with. To reset that ending to make it Mass Effect 4, you can even call it like Mass Effect 4 the beginning or something like that to let everyone know Mass Effect Andromeda, we're going to pretend that never happened.
Well,
and here's Mass Effect all over again.
I think, Shipwreck was when we were talking about this on our little chat, Shipwreck was saying that he didn't know that is it really worth EA to go through and put out like a pretty significant update to the game. Is it, that costs money. Is it even worth it to do it at this point? Has the ship sailed already? Has the spaceship sailed? I think they're doing it for the next game, right? So people don't say like, oh, they left us high and dry. I remember now when Mass Effect Andromeda 2 comes out.
Right. Well, and also they want to sell those loot boxes, like you said, for the multiplayer.
Yeah. You got to sort of stop people from returning the game to GameStop or, selling the game back to GameStop, I guess is what you're trying to do. But I don't know. I feel pretty good about not buying the game so far. I feel like I made the right decision.
It also didn't help that it was surrounded by games that were getting 9s.
Right.
Yeah. The fact that it was surrounded by a stellar Legend of Zelda game from everything I've seen. I haven't played it, but I'm sure it's amazing.
And Horizon.
And Nier. And Neo and Persona.
Yeah, it's not a good time to be the game that's not great when it should have been the game that stood above all the other ones.
Oh, wow.
And I'm telling you, you wait. E3, it's either going to be E3 2018 or E3 2019.
Shepard's back.
Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite press conference at E3.
They got to bring him back. I can't argue with you there. Like
that's or the only way.
If you were a female Shepard, that's fine as well.
Yeah,
they were both. They were both very charismatic.
Yep. That was what you wanted to be Commander Shepard. There was something about that Commander Shepard. He was a spy and a soldier.
He had a little shimmy dance.
And a policeman, and he did his awkward dancing. Like, there was nothing about that character that wasn't like, it's like, well, what do people think? What's cool? What's a cool hero archetype in movies? Like, we like explorers, like Indiana Jones. Yep, he'll be that. What about like magic, like a Jedi type thing? Yep, he's got that. What about like a soldier, like a Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger type? Yep, he'll be that too.
Well, he had leadership qualities. I think that's what made him work. It was like he was a believable character that you would believe the other characters would interact with him and follow
both male and female. They pulled it. They did something.
Right, I'm just saying
nearly,
him, just so I don't have to say both of them.
I understand that, but they did something. But when you think about that, it sounds nearly impossible. It sounds like it would never work because it sounds like a terrible idea. We're going to take every archetype that appeals to people. We're gonna make a male version and a female version, and they're both gonna work perfectly. That sounds impossible. And then to take that and to just say, you know what, we're gonna hard stop the best idea maybe anyone's had in video games in about 10 years. We're just gonna hard stop that, and we're gonna start over again with this guy, who just seems kind of vanilla, who doesn't have those qualities. Very strange. And I say this looking at a Commander Shepard sitting on my desk, staring at me.
Longingly,
wondering why he's not in my game.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.